Hi everyone, we have with us the one and only Grandmaster Peter Leko with us. Peter, FIDE World Cup 2025 has come to an end. Javokhir Sindarov has won it. You have followed the event both as a player as well as commentator. If you could share your experience seeing Sindarov's rise at this event.
Yeah, it was a wonderful World Cup. It was amazing. We have seen crazy fights. I understand, of course, for Indian fans, it would have been amazing to have Arjun in the semifinals. I think he has also so much and so many fans all around the world that everybody was looking forward to it, but it did not work out. Wei in tiebreak was able to stop him. Actually, Arjun had a wonderful World Cup, but yeah, Sindarov, what a story it was. Yeah, at the end, I think he was deliberately going for the tie breaks. Yeah, and normally, as a player at after a marathon event like this, almost 1 month, you are spending here with all these nerves and everything involved. You might be thinking like, okay, tie break, it will be tough. You are nervous a little bit before and so on. You don't know what to expect. In Sindalov's case, I feel like he was enjoying it. He was looking forward to it, and I was already a little bit critical about Wei's idea of forcing the tiebreak with the white pieces because I felt like, okay, Wei being a brilliant player, he should, with the white pieces, try to put pressure. Also, even if you don't manage to put pressure, but you get some information what your opponent prepared. And in hindsight, I think this proves to be quite important because and decisive since Sindalov's preparation worked much better in the tiebreak, where he was not really sure what to expect from Sindalov, while Sindalov had a clear game plan, how I going to approach the games. He even revealed in the post-game interview or basically winner speech that he even had ideas for the blitz section, special blitz ideas. Yeah, it means that, okay, how much time, energy he and his second Madaminov had to invest into creating the right mindset and the playing strategy against Vey in the finals. But even I would go back one step back and already against Yakuboev, we did not understand why in the semifinals when there was so much at stake, it was all about qualifying for the candidates. After that was the main purpose of all the players who were in the semifinals. He forced the draw with the white pieces against Yakubev to get into the tiebreaks. That was also a little bit surprising, but looking back, it was all part of the big plan. He knew that he is very comfortable, he's very fast, he's enjoying the tiebreak, he doesn't feel any pressure at all, and really brilliant play in all both tiebreaks against Yakubev and against Vei. He was an absolutely deserved winner.
In the first classical game, when Wei went Bishop B2, and then I was listening to your commentary, you mentioned that back in 2015, when you were playing against Li Chao or Mats, he was doing something to get into the unpredictable side because you're very strong and predictable. So, why do you think that? What would you say is the reason behind Wei not going for Rook F4 instead going for Bishop E4, which resulted in a draw in that game?
Yeah, that is kind of still a big mystery for me. Yeah, because there was just absolutely no reason not to go for it. It's a risk-free try. Yeah, I always understand that when it's a computer kind of suggestion and you feel that you might see it, but you are unable to evaluate it yourself, then it's kind of understandable. But this was not the case. It was much more like. That okay, you spot the idea. I was doing also the commentary. We were looking at Vey during this 10-15 minutes process while he was thinking, that I was completely sure that he's surprised that Sindarov gives him this chance, and he just double checks it and he will go the rook takes f4 and put tremendous pressure. Of course, before anyone thinks that then Vey would have won, no, we don't know if he would have won, because okay, it just gives black the chance to play for a win without any risk and put tremendous pressure. Maybe Sindel would have survived, but that was a little bit already a sign that Vey got tired or a little bit, lost this total focus because that was a misjudgment. And Sindelov probably could also build up confidence out of it because afterwards, when he understood that what kind of torture would have awaited him in the classical game, then after rook takes f4, then he was probably so happy and relieved that, okay, I get the chance to play the rapid tiebreak.
Well, today during the commentary, I heard you say that you were sad or upset that against Arjun, the tiebreak games, there was like no game. You did not get to play a good game. You were quite unhappy about it, and then you were doing commentary also. So, in this World Cup, like apart from playing, doing commentary, what are the good experiences you're going to take from here?
Basically, I only had good experiences here in Goa right from the very beginning. I arrived here and I went for the first meal in the hotel, and I knew that this is it. This is my place. Yeah, because I'm a vegetarian. And okay, the choices were just brilliant. Yeah, it's normally when you are staying for like 1 month in some place and you're always eating in the same restaurant, then it can get tricky. But no, here there was just no such moment, like because every time the choices were, different. Every time we had something new, every time something to look forward to. And for a chess player, I think making sure that you eat well, you are satisfied, that's very important because you get energy out of it. Yeah, and you are looking forward. That was the first very important step. After the hospitality and also the fans, yeah, the cheering fans, the love that I got from the fans going towards the playing hall. When coming back, I was also then very patiently signing all the autographs and making all the pictures, because I was also getting energy out of it, that yes, this is how it should be. It's lovely to play in India with this atmosphere. My play was also supported by this feeling. Yeah, I was really inspired. I played, I think, brilliant chess in the classical portion. I played 6 games. I won 3 very good games and draw 3 games. And then I got knocked out by Arjun. And as you said, I highlighted this in my broadcast that I was psychologically ready to be knocked out at any moment. Yeah, but since I was playing so well, I was just very upset with myself that in the first tiebreak game, in the first rapid game, after getting a good opening with White, I let emotions take over, and instead of just listening to my feeling that okay, let's just play the slightly better end game, let him suffer and make a draw if he defends well, I decided to be principled. And the problem was that actually uh, my feeling that I can be principled was right, but I mixed up the move order. And if I would have played the same idea with a different move order, it would have very strong, would have put Arjun under tremendous pressure. But the way how I played, he could just take my pawn, and I had to prove my compensation. And in a rapid game, and also with lack of any practice, I haven't been playing rapid 15 minutes games, and also no blitz games the last 5 6 years. I was not in best shape. So I should have just made sure to be pragmatic. Make sure that I play positions that I can treat with 15 minutes on the clock. But yeah, that was the reason why I was upset, because then in the second game I was in a must-win situation with the black pieces. And if you know my repertoire and my whole chess history, I was always basing my play on with white being ambitious, yeah, e4 and main lines and everything, and with black main lines, very solid lines, and knowing my lines. But that means that basically, if I stick to my lines, I have zero chance to play for a win. And that's why I had to play something which I did not know at all. I even mixed it up immediately. Arjun was even in his preparation, got a good position, got a time advantage as well, and I never got the slightest chance of dreaming of coming back. Finally, I even lost that game. Okay, it was already not important if I lose or not, but Arjun moved on. And as a player, whenever you are kicked out of the tournament, you always start to root for the player that kicks you out. Yeah, it's the normal way of looking at things. So I was very much hoping for Arjun to get into the semifinal, and then maybe he wins the World Cup, maybe he qualifies for the candidates. But he also was very unlucky, because not only he faced me, I think, as a very unpleasant opponent, also because the match required tremendous amount of preparation. Yeah, that automatically takes a lot of energy. It also went to tie breaks. Then he faced Levon Aronyan, yeah, the other legend, who is also brilliantly prepared, and that was also a nerve-wracking match. It was one of the highlights, the most beautiful finish with Nh3 of the whole World Cup. How Arjun knocked out Levon Aronyan, and then he again faced some super solid, very tough opponent. I just feel that the pairing was very unlucky for Arjun, because no matter how strong you are, if you are constantly playing against very solid top guys, then the chances of something going wrong at some point can happen. And then finally, in this tiebreak match against Vei, nothing worked for Arjun. But actually, in the second classical game, he had chances to win. Yeah, that was also showing the class of Arjun, that actually he could have stopped the journey of Vei right there in the second game, but he was also there unfortunate in the sense that the so-called winning sequence of moves were very dangerous, and if things go wrong, he loses. Yeah, and knowing that this is a decisive game in a knockout format, if it's just a normal tournament, it's much easier to go for this game. I mean, this sequence of moves during the game, because you know that, okay, if something goes wrong, if I miscalculate something, the tournament continues. But here it would have meant that from a good position, Arjun eliminates himself if he misses something in this very computerish, very tricky tactical line. So he didn't dare to do it, and then the game ended in a draw, which gave them probably very the psychological advantage. Yeah, because it's always like this: when you are not taking your chances, then automatically you build the confidence of the opponent. And this we have seen in the final as well, that Vei, by not going for this rook takes f4 possibility in that battle with the black pieces and putting pressure on Sindarov, he was actually building up his opponent confidence level, and went on to regret it, because in the tiebreak already Sindarov was the better player.
We have seen you explore various places in Goa. So, out of all the places, even you went for a swim also. So, out of all the places you explored, which one did you enjoy the most? And we also heard that a fan recognized you just by your voice before seeing you. So, what does it mean to you when a fan recognizes you with your voice also?
Yeah, that was amazing. That actually happened the fourth Aguada, and I was enjoying my time and our time together with the team there. That, okay, look at this. Yeah, it's amazing. This amazing that, and then suddenly I feel like somebody's approaching me. You know, very straightforward, and he asked me, "Are you Peter Leko?" And I said, "Yes, I am." But actually, how do you know? Who are you, and what is going on? And then he told me that, yeah, he heard my voice and he immediately recognized, this must be Leko. It was very nice experience. We had a nice chat. I think that it's very difficult to highlight any absolute highlight in Goa, because the whole day was amazing. Yeah, we started this journey. We were visiting three churches, from which almost all of them were closed and we couldn't enter, which I did not mind at all, because just by getting to the places, it was already, you know, you got the feeling of Goa. And I always, when I'm in some place, I want to get the feeling. This is the most important thing. And we have seen some places. We stopped at some lake or river, I don't even, because it was really huge amount of water, where there was just one crane standing in the water. That was also so magical, like, wow, you know, one eagle was flying up and one crane is standing there in the water. That was amazing. We have seen beautiful places. Then we were coming closer and closer. We went to the capital. There also we visited a lovely church. We made beautiful pictures, and then we headed to Fort Aguada. There, of course, I like history, so whenever I'm in such places, I'm just very happy to be there, to also sense like what it was like 400 years ago. You know, they constructed this back then. It was a very important strategical outpost. Yeah, it's kind of how also in chess you are thinking about outposts. Yeah, if you can place a knight on a good outpost, then you think like you will win the game in the long run. With this beautiful sight that you see the Arabian Sea and this whole scenery, that was magical. And then we also headed down to the beach, where first it looked like, okay, it's already getting dark. We were not in time because we already had way too much to see in Goa. So yeah, maybe the chance is not there anymore. And the waves were coming. The waves were coming. Then my usual the simple short that I was wearing throughout the journey got wet anyway from the big waves. And then I thought like, okay, but I'm touching this water. It's like velvet. You know, this is like some incredible feeling. I have to get there, and I have to get in. And I had my bag, I had my backpack with my swimming dress. So I told him, okay, let's find a place I will change and I will jump into the water. But be careful, if I go to the water, I will not come out because I love the water so much. So it's not like some stunt for the video that, Peter jumps into the sea and then comes out and we had the picture. And no, I'm not a person like this. If I go into the water, then I'm going it to, and I'm going to enjoy it to the maximum. I will treat the waves and the water with enough respect. You know that yes, I'm entering. Let's spend great time together. And then finally, I came out because okay, the team was waiting. They were doing this very nice gesture that they were not, saying, okay, Peter, finally get out already, get out. We have to hurry, and this I should also respect. So finally, I came out, and it was a wonderful day. I got to experience the Arabic Sea and everything that Go had to offer.
Yeah, I'm sure the viewers also loved it. Coming back to World Cup, both World Cup winners this year, Divya Deshmukh as well as Javokhir Sindarov, are 19-year-olds. And a fun fact, they are born only just a day apart. Like Divya was born on 9th December 2005 and Sindarov 8th December 2005. As you mentioned a few minutes ago about destiny, so what would you say this means for chess as a sport? That two teenagers won World Cup, and would you say that this was destiny for them to win it?
Yeah, destiny for sure, but there is also another angle that it just shows that how important it is to be young in chess. Yeah, because this whole marathon events, yeah, they are taking away all your energy. They require everything, and maybe as an older player, you don't have this mental energy to withstand all this pressure. Yeah, because as older you get, more thoughts you have. You probably start to worry about more different scenarios. And when you are young, then you are just very often enjoying the moment and enjoying the journey. Wow, I'm experiencing this. I can fight here, fight there, and so on. And this, I think, we have seen also with Divya, that she was very good in tie breaks also with her nerve system. Now also Sindarov here has shown tremendous nerves and basically all this excitement, enjoying these tie breaks, these nerve-wracking tie breaks, these matches. Two games matches are one of the toughest. Yeah, already like after 1 week or 2 weeks of into the World Cup, you feel extremely tired because constantly the pressure that one mistake can cause the elimination of the tournament. And probably when you are young, you can handle this better. Clearly, sometimes then there is an exception. Then the older guy shows that yes, I'm still capable of winning, and then we have a different talk. But right now, let's just acknowledge that yes, it's an amazing achievement by both 19-year-old players before turning 20. And they both succeed in a tremendous World Cup.
What's next for you?
Well, next final is going back home for just 2 3 days, and then I will be heading to South Africa for the amazing final of the freestyle chess tour. It will be incredible journey because I've been covering the whole tour uh, this year with all these incredible tournaments. The whole journey started with February Vincent Keimer winning sensation at the Weissenhaus event, which actually had such a positive influence for him for the whole year. He got this feeling like, wow, if in a match I'm able to eliminate Alireza Firuza, Magnus Carlsen, and then in the final beat Fabiano Caruana, then I can compete against anyone in any tournament. And then we have seen Vincent skyrocketing in the second part of the year all the way to world number 4. And I very much feel that the confidence level that he gained playing the freestyle events actually helped him tremendously. Of course, it's always a big challenge for the players switching from freestyle, where you have to think from the very first move. Yeah, that's the crazy challenge. When, in contrary, in the classical chess, you have all this crazy amount of preparations. Yeah, it's a completely different mindset. But I think all the players, the top players, are enjoying it because it's a wonderful challenge. And once you are switching back and forth, then whenever you get to the other discipline, you feel like, wow, now it's something new. Yeah, because in classical chess, I think many of the amateur players or club players who are just playing, without any pressure, they have their opening. They don't have to get crazy about computers. Then they don't understand that why do we need freestyle chess at all, which I call Fischer Random chess, basically, of course. But for professional players who are every day working like 10 hours on the openings, and that how much small nuances are deciding that is this line working, do I go for this, or maybe you already spent 100 hours in some opening, but then finally because one minor detail you decide not to use it at all because I'm not finally not comfortable with, then you can understand what it means for a player that, okay, let's just play a tournament where we don't need to prepare anything. And here I can also say that I had the real incredible privilege and honor to meet Bobby Fischer in 98 and 99. I spent time with him, and Bobby was telling me the spirit of the whole Fischer Random idea that, Peter, in long terms, preparing so much with computer and everything, and I was already back then working with the computer seriously, it will be very dangerous for your health. And imagine if for Fischer Random chess, you can always come after a good sleep for a good walk, because the most important thing is to be in super shape when you play the game, yeah, with open, fresh mind, which is never the case in classical, with remembering, rehearsing hundreds or thousands of lines prior to the game. It's a different challenge. I enjoy both. Yeah, I always encourage everyone to just enjoy both, because both games are amazing.
Thank you very much, Peter, for your valuable time. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and we cannot wait to see you back in action as well as hear your expert commentary at various tournaments.
Thank you very much.